Hey guys, alright, so today I decided to build a power wheel, but not with the original motors. I ordered a motor that's supposed to go on a wheelchair. I ordered it from eBay. It's a used one. I paid $50 free shipping, and it came with the hub and the piece that attaches to the hub. It has the four holes in it, or maybe it's called a hub. I don't know. I forgot, but I'll show you later. So this thing is in really bad condition because it's been in the shed for a long time. I think over 10 years. Now it looks nice and bright maybe on video, but it's really bad. Let me see if I can get up close. And it's scratched too. Okay, but I'm not concerned about that because I'm going to take the electric sander and maybe start off with about 800 grit. I'm going to take off all the stickers, and I'm going to make sure that all the scratches are out. And I was going to try to buff it, but I tried that over here. It took a long time, and it still didn't come out really shiny. You see, it came a little better. I just did this one spot. But look at how nice this is, right? This is when you take off the sticker. It looks really nice. So I think I'm just going to paint it. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint it with plastic paint, any special kind of paint. I might just put a car paint job on here. Okay, so this is a Pontiac. I have the hood for it, but I took it off because it was falling off when I was turning it upside down. But all the lights will be shined up. I'm gonna have working lights, brake lights, blinkers, headlights, tail lights, a horn. I'm gonna put a car stereo in here. I have a lot of power because I'm gonna make this 36 volts. The wheelchair motor can handle 34 volts. So 2 volts is not going to matter. You know, it's not pushing out, like a 200-pound person or anything like that. I'm probably going to, I don't know, maybe ride this around the neighborhood. I'm probably too old to ride it, but, I'm one of them people that don't want to get old, My hair turns white, I'm going to dye it. If I grow a beard, I'm going to shave it. Okay, so let me see. So this, I don't know what this is. SOLSTICE. I don't know what that is. But anyway, I did try the trick, just in case you say you should have tried the trick of heating it up. So I did heat up the plastic. I do have a heat gun. I tried it. I tried it close. I tried it far away. It did make it shiny, but as soon as it cooled off, it got dull again. Maybe it's just, you just can't do it, with every plastic. Alright, so this is what it looks like over here in case you want to see it. I'm going to see if I can get a small speedometer. I like to get a digital one, but to keep it more original, I might get one with a hand on it, and cut that out. So this thing was actually fast. When it has 2 motors and it's 24 volts. I thought it was 12 volts, but I don't know if somebody upgraded the battery, but when I got it, there was a screw in here. You see, it's still in there. And I was wondering why. So I charged the batteries, and then I put it all the way up, and it got about double the speed. I think it was clocked at about 7 or 8 miles an hour, about 7.5. It was fluctuating 7 to 8. So that's pretty fast, for Power Wheels and a kid being in here. The steering wheel I'm going to change. I have a bolt steering wheel, brand new, in the attic. It's just, it's not as big as a car steering wheel. So I'm going to put that on here. But here's my plan. I don't want this video to go too long. I don't know how many minutes I have on my phone, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me, talking. So I already did a few things to this. Let's see if I can take this off. I did very little to this. I was just really planning. Okay, so here's the motor. Nothing's mounted. I just cut the holes in the back like a few minutes ago before I made this video. And this chain, this sprocket, I welded it to here. This is the thing I thought is a hub, but I can't remember the name of it. Maybe it is a hub. So I got a 50 chain sprocket. It's very thick. Here I could zoom in. Alright, I don't know how many teeth are on here. I can't remember how many teeth, but I don't think that's going to matter to you much. I'm going to mount it exactly how you see it. Maybe slightly slanted. Hold on. Okay, so slightly slanted forward a little bit or back because of one reason. I drilled a hole here, two holes, and that's because of the release mechanism that's here. Now I want that. I want to be able to operate that. And it turns, I think, maybe counterclockwise. And then it unlocks the gear so you can roll this thing home in case the battery dies out. Because if you don't have this and the battery dies out, you're going to have to lift it up somehow. And if you try to lift it up from the back and pull it, the front is going to bottom out, and you're going to rip off the front bumper or damage the front bumper. So that's not good. All right. I was going to mount this over here. This would have been easier, right? I could have put this right here. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I still will. Here's the reason why I don't want to do it. This motor stands about 4 inches, no, about 5 inches because of this piece here. So from the bottom up. Now I have to put at least a 1-inch maybe board down here, okay, with some metal. That's going to jack it up more. Then I got the frame. The frame is going to go through here, and I'm going to show you that in a second. That's also going to be high. So by the time I'm finished, the seat will be all the way up to here. Okay, it's too high. I didn't want that. I don't want to be sitting high. So I want to be sitting low. So I'm going to try to put the seat all the way down, almost, to the ground, about 1.5 inches up. All right, so I want to be sitting low. That's the only reason why I didn't put this here. But it could have been easily mounted here, because everything gets attached to the frame you're going to make. Nothing's going to get attached to plastic. All right, so I already know, I'm 100% sure this motor can go like this, and it fits, and there won't be any interference. And let me show you the other gear. Hold on. Sorry that the camera's going to be real shaky. I used to have a feature on here that stops that, but I don't know where it is. But anyway, this is the other gear. Oh, maybe I could read it. Oh yeah, it says 50W14. Alright, so it's a 50 chain. That means the wideness, and 14 is the teeth, 14 teeth. So it's going to go here, but down, of course. See, the axle comes through here. Alright, and I got to cut this out, just a little piece. And if you look down, see, it does clear. Clears by about 3/8 of an inch. Alright, so that'll be perfect. I only need a small little chain for that. Okay, now let me show you an idea about putting the metal. Okay, so this is the metal. I'm gonna put this maybe up to here. Yeah, because I don't think I have to put it all the way back, but I don't know. If it makes it stable, I would. But I'm not sure. I don't know. But this is the only piece. You know, I had two pieces of this. It's from a treadmill. And, you know, I couldn't make it longer. And I don't want to make this thing too short because I'm going to stretch it. So I'm going to put this like this, I think. All right. And then at the bottom here, I cut holes. And that's going to go through there. But I don't think I can get it through right now. Wait, hold on. Okay. So it goes through like that. All right. And it's going to go through it's going to go through until it reaches the main steering piece. Let me see if I can get this light on. It says not available while using the ultra wide lens. Let me make it smaller. I don't think it could go any smaller. Cheap phone. All right. So it'll go here. You see, and the main part is here. So I'm going to put a piece coming down, and then I'm going to weld it here. But then when it comes down, I'm going to screw it to the side because I don't want to weld anything. I might have to take it apart. Nothing is going to be permanently welded. Everything is going to have screws so it could come out. I suggest you do the same thing. All right, so that goes through there, and then this will be your main chassis part. Okay, so right now it's up in the air, but it'll go down, and then when the wheels are on and everything, you know, it'll all be even. But right now I have no wheels on the front, and that's why it's slanted down. But this will be pretty much even. Even if it's slanted, it doesn't matter. However it has to go, it'll go. Okay, so everything seems to work out right now. I have these wheels here, but I want to get another set because the other ones I have are kind of small. So so that's what it looks like. Let me throw this top on here. I'll give you a better look at it. Okay, so it won't fit right now because it's down to the ground. But when the axle is in here, you know, when the axle goes through here, this will come up. This doesn't hit it. It's perfect. It's actually, it looks like that. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, so it's perfect. It fits in there perfect. And I want to get two more for the front because the ones I have now are small. Now this is going to be stretched like this, of course. I'm not going to put this together because I don't want to be crushed in here. All right. So let's see. What else do I have? I have, okay guys, don't laugh. No, seriously. No, I'm not kidding. Don't laugh, but I'm thinking about putting a baby seat in here. Come on, I knew you were going to laugh. Look, no, seriously, a baby seat. Watch, I got one right here. I can actually fit in this thing, but I am going to cut off the holders because the holders interfere. Come on, that looks pretty cool, right? I'm going to cover it with leather. And, I'm not just going to put one on the back and one on the front. I'm going to actually seam it. The leather will be, I'll have a seam here for the leather and then a couple stitches, seams going across. It'll look good. But I'm thinking about putting that in there. If not this, I do have one of those small kindergarten chairs. I can put foam on that and cover that with leather. But I can actually fit in here. I don't know if it's wide or what, but the only thing it like right here. Yeah. So the cup holders are pretty cool, right? You could put your drink in there, but it hurts a little bit over here, just about an inch on each side. Another thing I could do is, I would probably have to cut them now. I don't know. But what I would do is, I would, cut these off and then split this down the middle over here, just to here, and then spread this open. All right, after you spread it open, you take a piece of sheet metal and you put it on there. Throw a couple of screws or rivets in there. I like to use rivets. All right, and then you put your material over. You put your foam and then your leather, and this will be a nice leather seat. So that's about how it's gonna look. I wish I could put this tire on, show you how it looks, but wait, hold on. Okay, so I couldn't really put it on, but anyway, that's how it's going to look. That looks pretty cool, right? And the only thing is the steering. If you put a tire on the front that's too big, you'll have problems with the steering. So I'm gonna put one on the front where it doesn't interfere with the steering, but I could steer better than just the power wheel steering, because they allow you to steer about 2 inches. That's it. So I'm gonna find a way to make it steer more than that. Oh, and you're probably thinking, am I gonna leave this space here? No. I'm going to make Lamborghini doors. I have fiberglass material. So once this is down and it's straight across, I'm gonna take probably some thin cardboard. I'm gonna fold it around here and put tape on it. All right, so it'll go all the way across. It'll fold down on the inside and outside, and then I'll just keep putting fiberglass on top of that. Okay, and when I get the layers that I want and I get it secure like I want it to be, over here we'll have to have some kind of support, on the inside of the fiberglass. So, it can't just be folded around. It'll probably be weak. And then I'll make some kind of hinge. I'll probably make some kind of cheap hinge that you can't see, like over here. And then it'll just, it'll lift up, like that. I'm going to make it lift up all the way, straight up. Not 45 or anything like that. It's got to go straight up. It's going to be easy. I'm going to put a shock on there so it holds up and everything. But it'll be cool. Yeah, I'm going to have working lights and everything on here. Oh, and that motor, yeah, I'm not sure if I told you. The motor, it could be up like that. If you're thinking the grease won't get to all of the gears inside, I already checked. It does. I went through a lot of trouble to do it. This is what I did. I opened it up. I took out all the grease. I cleaned it up with paint removal or whatever. I don't know. I think it's, I don't know if it was lacquer thinner and mineral spirits. Well, anyway, I cleaned it up just good enough where the grease wasn't on the gears. And this way I could see if they were wiping onto all of them. I took a piece of plexiglass. I put it over the cover. Like I took the original cover off, and I put a piece of plexiglass to shine the light there, and I put the motor on real slow, and you could see it. It's picking up from one gear and transferring it to another, and then transferring it to the other one. So there's like a worm gear in here, and then there's another gear, drive gear, and then there's another gear. So everything gets greased up when it's moving. If this video just stops, um, I'm not hiding anything. It's just that the phone may have run out of memory. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so that's about it. You don't have to use this motor. You can use, if the axle is big enough, you can use the one where the motor is this way, and it's attached to an axle, and it's one motor, and they sell those on the wheelchairs. But the one that I saw, it didn't have a big axle on it. So I would have problems. See, this axle I got is a standard axle you can get from any hardware store, and I didn't know where I wanted to put the motor. I didn't know if that big motor would fit, so that's why I didn't get that one. But it may work out for you, and if it can, that's the one you should get. The wheelchair motor that's attached this way. It goes with the axle. All right, so that one is probably the best one to do these modifications. You know, the other reason is it's right to the axle. You don't have to mess with gears and chains and welding. It's like real simple. And I think that one was about 50 and one was 70. All right. Oh, yeah. I wanted to tell you. So there is going to be another support here somewhere. Okay. I might just cut a piece of this plastic out and then, stick this in here. Not this one, but another one. And I'm going to try to make it go all the way as far as I can. And then I'm going to bolt it on the inside, okay, over here. Or rivet it. Okay. Oh, and yeah, I'm forgetting a lot of things here. So what I did to this is that metal piece you see down there, this piece here, this is what I did. This is from a treadmill. Okay. The reason I'm using everything I have is because, I don't want to be spending a lot of money on this, and I'm sure you don't either. So, you see how it's tapered inside? The bearing fits in there, okay? So the bearing's going to go in here, and I'm going to put one in the other side, too. I got a smaller bearing that will fit in there. It was very hard to get them because of the size, but I finally found them. So one bearing's going to be here, one's going to be here, and then I made this hole bigger. You see, there was a small hole here. I took a hole saw and I made it bigger, just big enough that I could fit this in there. So I'm going to put this in there. Then I put the axle in with all the bearings, and then what I do is this part, this main support here, I'm going to weld a bracket to the bottom of this tube, okay? But I'm not going to weld to the bracket because, like I said, I might have to take this apart one day. So I'm going to screw it in. One screw here, one screw there. All right, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So actually the screw is going to go all the way through, and then I'm going to use that for the other bracket as well. And it's just going to be welded to this tube here, which I could take in and out. Okay, in case you got to change the bearings or something. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, don't weld, don't throw it together with all weld. Yeah, it's easy, but in the long run, you might have a problem. What else am I going to do? Oh, the batteries that I got, they're 30 amp hours for each one, and I got 3 of them. They should be coming, in like 4 days, so I can't show them to you right now. So it'll be 90 amp hours. I don't know how long that could run. You could run that wheelchair motor, but I'm assuming a very long time. And did you guys know that you can run a treadmill motor on just a few batteries? I didn't know that. Because they're 90 what is it? Volts. Okay? They're 90 volts, the motors, and they're DC. So you can run them on 3 batteries. So it'll be 36 volts. I ran one on 12 volts, but you don't get the full power, of course. But if you're running on just a regular street, you could put 12 or 24 volts to them and they'll run fine. If you can buy batteries, you can buy like whatever, 6 batteries, 12-volt batteries, and you could fit them somewhere in your Power Wheels. I mean, you'll be flying down the road. I probably wouldn't do that. I mean, you could hook that directly to the axle, and you'll be flying down the road. But you don't want to go. That motor spins at like 2,800 or 3,600. So directly to the axle, that's like 45 miles an hour. Power Wheels, unless you put some kind of electric steering on them or geared steering, they're gonna go out of control when they go too fast. So that's another thing I might do too. They have the electric steering. Um, like some cars have it, and I might get one of those for a car, and I might connect that to here. Since I do have 3 batteries, I don't have to worry about running out of power. I am going to paint this. I think I told you that, right? I'm going to sand this down with an electric sander. And I'm just going to leave it rough. I'm going to make sure that I don't touch it with my hands after I sand it down. A lot of people make that mistake because your finger has oil on it. And if you just touch one spot, you're going to get that thing they call a fisheye or a bubble, or it's not going to stick there, or it's going to bubble on you later. All right, so whenever you paint anything, do not touch it with your fingers. Put gloves on. All right, so yeah, I'm going to sand this whole thing down. And then I don't know if I got to prime it first or just spray it with spray paint. Like I said, I don't want to go crazy with the price here because, I already spent $50 on, the motor. And then the gears were $8 each. The sprockets, $8 each. The chain was a lot, but the chain I'm using for 2 different projects. This is what I bought. I don't know. This is what it is. I don't know. Findemall. I don't even know it was that. But anyway, it's a stainless steel chain. See it? It's stainless steel. It was $60. So it's kind of a lot. I don't know how many feet it is. Probably 10 feet. Now, you don't have to do that now. Like I said, I bought that for another project, so that's why I'm going to use it. Now, you could use regular bike chains. You could find those little kids' bikes all over the place. And you use the 2 sprockets from there. You put the one that's on the pedals, you put that on the axle, and the small one you put on the motor. And the chain is already there. You already have a chain, right? I mean, even if you had to buy one of those bikes, you can get them for $10. So use that. The chain is not going to break. What else? That's probably about it. I'm just waiting for some parts. I ordered bearings. They were $8 for 10. They're 5/8 ID and 1 3/8, I think, OD. So I'm waiting for those. Oh, the LED lights, just to give you a hint, like what kind you could use. Let me see if I got one. Okay, so see this? This is from the dollar store. It's $1.25. There's no battery, but this thing is bright. I mean, if you looked at this when you turn it on, it'll blind you for like, 10 seconds maybe. So anyway, these are perfect. And under here in the back, there's screws. So I'm gonna pop out the screws and I'm gonna put these in there. But probably not the whole casing. I don't know if, the whole casing. And I'm gonna make it waterproof just in case. And I might use these for the back. I'm probably not gonna light these up unless, I don't know. See, these fit perfect in here. I know I can mount these inside here. Maybe I'll light these up. I'll just get another one of these. All you have to do is, if the plastic isn't drilled out, you just drill a hole in the plastic and, you mount this up there with some little bracket or something. There's some numbers. I don't know if you could see that. All right. So I think that's it. I hope you guys didn't laugh too much about this car seat, but it is pretty cool though. If you're not a big guy, this is cool. I only weigh like 140 something pounds. I'm not heavy. I'm not a big guy, so this is pretty good. This might be a wide one. I don't know. But like I said, all you have to do is chop off this here, 1 inch. I could even leave these, I can leave these here if I wanted to. I just gotta chop like down, just go down and here, and then, just across, and just take out that little piece right there, and then fill it in with anything that you can bend, anything metal or something. But I don't really, I'm not going to drink and drive anyway, so I'm not going to put beer in here or something. I don't need those, so I might just chop these out. I don't know. They are kind of wide, I would have, because when I make the door, it won't come all the way down. So I probably will. I'm going to chop this out, and I'm going to cut down the middle. I'm going to cut down the middle. I'm going to spread it a little bit more. But the back is good. It holds you nice and tight in there. You see the sides, how they come out? It holds you nice and tight. But if it's too tight for you, you can do two things. You can build this out over here with more cushion, and then it'll be wider, because as you come out over here, it's wider. So you could do that. See, I have this chair in the attic. You can't see it, but maybe you can. You see that orange chair? It's like a kindergarten chair. It's very thin, so I can cover that with foam and leather and put that back there. It might go back more too, because I might have to cut some stuff off on here on this chair, because it's kind of bulky. I might have to cut a little bit here. So I'm not really sure, what I'm going to use. All right, but that's the idea. I just wanted to give you an idea. Okay, so most of this stuff, like this is from a treadmill. And this part I'm putting here, that's with the bearings. That's from a treadmill. And that's going to get attached in the middle too for support. Let me show you. Yeah, so in here, right, what I'm going to do is attach a bracket from this side here. I'm going to go up with it, and over the sprocket and then down to the other side for more support. Okay, but the axle is going to go through there. That's going to give it support. This is going to give it support. Okay, just make sure everything's supported. Alright, I know my garage is a mess. But it's cool. You know what would be even more cool? If I can make this low. If I can sit low to the ground. Yeah, if I could be low to the ground, I could put a roof on here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. What kind of roof will I? It's about 24. So I would have to make a roof that's about 24. So all of this is going to come out. This steering wheel, of course, is on the side. I'm not going to sit to the side. It'll be in the middle. So, I'm just going to make the steering wheel right in the middle. I mean, it might make the dashboard look a little funny, but let's see. I don't know. Oh, you know what I could do maybe? I could cover this dashboard with leather. Yeah, I could spray it with the adhesive or the one you wipe on with the brush, and then cover the whole thing, and then put my gauges and everything where I want to. I'm going to put the stereo here. It's just going to be a regular car stereo. You know, this thing is upside down. Why would they put an AM radio in here? Who wants to listen to AM? It says something about real AM player, Disney radio tunes. I guess it's for kids. I guess that's why. Alright, well, that's it. I've been talking way too much. I'm sure you shut the video off before I finish, but I don't blame you. Alright, guys. If you have any ideas for me or anything like that, like what you would do, let me know. Alright, see you later.